What's up, everybody? It is RHO 28. How are you? It is beautiful out here in Southern Cali. The skies are blue. The sun is shining. I'm feeling kind of good, you know. So, I have a couple questions in my box. The first one, wasn't able to catch last week, so I'm going to go ahead and get that this week. And this person wants to remain anonymous, so I got your back. Let's go in. It says, not too long ago, I connected with some distant family members on Facebook who I have never met before. It was really cool, but just recently one of those family members deleted me for some reason, and I'm not sure about. I have sent messages and I've gotten no response from them. I've sent them another friend request and they have not accepted it. So I'm not sure what to do. Although they did respond to me on another one of their pages with a kind comment, but something still doesn't seem right. I have gone over this a million times in my head, trying to figure out what happened and how I can handle this. I'm one of those people that cannot rest, so to speak, until I know what happened. I've even thought about bringing a third party, another cousin, to try and get some answers, but I'm not sure if that's the correct way to handle this. Because sometimes when you bring third parties in, it can make things worse, or you just may want to keep this private between you and the other person. But it almost seems like there is no other way. What do you think is the best way to go about this? I've gone back and forth with this between writing them off and then not writing them off, and maybe trying to get to the root of the problem so maybe we can resolve this and get back to the way we were, hopefully, since it seems like they may have already written me off. Thank you. I only come to you because I trust your opinion and you give the best advice. Are you sure music is your calling? Ha! Laugh out loud. Talk to you later. Who knows, huh? Well, let's see. You know, recently for me, there was a person that I was dealing with in business, and we were right in the middle of coming to an understanding, and they kept telling me, well, I'm going to give you a call, and they wouldn't follow through with their word. And, you know, maybe a week would go by, and then it would be like, oh, I'm going to call you, and then 2 weeks went by, and then it's like, okay, I could have easily gone into a default reaction and thought, this person's not really regarding me. Maybe this person doesn't want to do business with me anymore. Maybe they've lost interest in the project that we've been talking about. You know, I could have entertained a ton of different scenarios that could have had nothing to do with what was really going on. All that to say, we don't know what could be going on in someone else's world. We don't even have their perspective of how they could be digesting something, looking at it, reacting, you know, whatever. One of the books that are out there that I really can appreciate is by an author named Don Miguel Ruiz. It's called The 4 Agreements. And one of the agreements is don't take it personally. That could be one of the most powerful things to say, because a lot of the times when your intentions are sincere and you feel like the base of your intentions is love, and you're just reaching out and really wanting to connect with someone, and you're meeting a wall, what can you do about that? You know? So it's important that we remember not to take things personally, because half the time, or majority of the time, when someone has an issue with you, or someone is not responding to you, or, you know, something's happening in someone else's world that you can't understand, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with who they are, how they're processing the information, and how they're choosing to respond to the moment or to the situation. That doesn't have anything to do with you. Now, I'm not saying that people can't influence certain reactions out of people. However, if you jump to conclusions, you might not be leaving room at all for what the reality of the situation is. So back to my story, I easily could have gone to the default reaction of, this person, you know, doesn't want to do business with me. This person, you know, isn't regarding me. This person doesn't respect me. Who knows, you know? Come to find out, this person had lost 2 people passed away in their family, one right behind the other. And on top of it, they run a company. So, you know, for all I know, I don't know how they handle stress, you know, and I don't know what that could have meant to them emotionally, and, you know, what places they could have gone into within themselves to try and make sense of everything and still be proactive and productive in their business lives. And, you know, we sit down for dinner and they're like, so when are we moving forward? What do you want to do? And I'm thinking, wow, I'm so glad that I did not jump to conclusions. If anything, I made a conscious decision to stay as neutral as I could about it. And because I left that door open, because I left my heart open, and I was willing to say, you know, maybe I don't know what this is. Let me see what it is. Let time reveal. Let me just get okay with what the situation is. It came back and it told me, and it wasn't anything of what I thought. And even if it was, what good would it have done me to worry myself to pieces about it? I understand where you're coming from, because I'm very similar. I like to have harmony with people and with situations. However, when you've done all you can do, then you've done all you can do. I think that it's important that we put our best out there. If our intentions are cool and we're loving or harmonious, whatever word you feel is appropriate, let it go. Let it go. It's probably not for you in the moment, obviously not for you in the moment. And there could be something that they need to go through before they can come back into your space. Maybe it's not a healthy thing for them to even be in your space right now. But just trust that if you've done your part, then you can let it go and see what happens. You know, there you have it. Good to hear from you. And then I'm going to hit up my boy Old School Kid from Twitter. What's up? He says, hi, RHO, it's Isaiah, aka Old School Kid here. I first want to say that I completely adore and support you. You are the epitome of a classy, intelligent, talented, and beautiful black woman. And your videos really do give me a sense of calm in this crazy world. Wow. For that, I am grateful and hope you realize this gift you possess. I want to tell you your voice is as if Brandy and Whitney's joined together in one being. Amazing talent. Whoa. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now my question is, how do I get over the fear of relationships? I have recently found a really wonderful girl, but once it got too close for my comfort, I ran away from it. My thing is, I always ask myself, could you marry this person in the past as well with other girls? And I always feel like that's too far to think about, but also that if I can't remember that from the get-go, if I can't answer that from the get-go, then I am wasting my time and therefore nip it in the bud. I have always been this way and would like to know if you could give me any advice on how to stop being this way. Anything you can say would be appreciated. Isaiah, you're the bomb. Thank you so much for those beautiful and kind words in the beginning. And I'm glad that you get some value out of these videos. It's coming to me to say, live in the moment. That's how you get out of these preconceived notions that you gotta know this in the beginning. I agree with you. Come in with what you want. Come in understanding what your boundaries are. Come in understanding and setting a standard for who you are and what you anticipate to have from your relationship, because that's how you weed out a lot of the BS. Yes. However, if you ask these questions too soon, you might not allow the unfolding of a really wonderful being in front of you. And sometimes that could take a second. Some of us have our barriers and our blocks. Some of us haven't even blossomed into who we are. We don't even understand yet what our full or fuller potential could be. Quite possibly being with you could be just the trigger for a person to start unleashing that. But it may not happen in the timing with which you might want it to happen. However, that's a part of life. And us being able to exercise that kind of patience to allow things to unfold, and in its unfolding, teach us. Let us explore something about ourselves, because we've been patient enough to allow someone else to blossom. You know, there may be some things that you can gather from this current situation. Maybe you can't see what it is yet. That's okay. That's okay. Do you like the person? Do you enjoy being with them? Are you willing to explore just who they are without anything attached other than I just want to get to know who you are? Because quite possibly too, you could be shutting down the relationship, and maybe it's, not meant to be intimate. It could be meant to be a really wonderful friend. And some really great things could come out of your friendship. Or it could be a romantic or intimate relationship that continues to open and flower as time goes by, because of your openness and your willingness to get to know who they are. So live in the moment. Allow yourself to kind of ride that mystery wave, because it's exhilarating. It's like taking a risk, but allow yourself to take the risk. A lot of the times, that's where a lot of our excitement comes from in life. And oh goodness, I'm running out of time. So yes, live in the moment, live it up, and see what happens. I'll see you guys at RHO 29. Love you. Peace.